Welcome to this channel. I was talking with a friend the other day and he asked me, Ibrahim, how should I start my next presentation? So I thought, why not do a video about it? I'm going to share with you 3 secrets on how you can take your next presentation to another level. Secret number 1 is to pause. So you go on the stage, they have just introduced you. The key is to just pause and say nothing. Pausing for about 3 to 5 seconds, and that way you will connect with the audience. They will feel your presence. And you will also be able to just be present on the stage and just take in the audience's energy. So pausing, you're signaling basically presence and power, because being comfortable with the pause is something most people are not. And when I used to speak, I was nervous and I was not comfortable with the pause. So what do? Usually if I'm not comfortable, I will rush throughout the speech. So my advice to you is just to pause and connect with the audience for about 3 to 5 seconds. Now you can take a look to the left, center, and to the right before you start speaking. Secret number 2 is to start with a bang. Now, how do most people speak? Most people apologize for something. They tell the audience how wonderful it is to be there. Although you should say that, but not in the beginning, because in the beginning, you want people to listen. And most people give that precious introduction away. So what you want to do is you want to start with a bang and just make sure that what you're saying is connecting with the audience. Now you've done your research, of course, you know the audience, you know their problem. You can start with a bang in different ways. One way is to start with a question. Have you ever been nervous? Have you ever struggled with speaking in public? Now that way people are already thinking about, hey, this speaker is thinking about me and making me think about my own life. And now they're started thinking about their own life. This is exactly what you want to do. Ask a question. Another way, you could perhaps say something shocking. Perhaps if you're speaking to doctors or healthcare workers, you could perhaps say 25% of all deaths in hospitals are preventable. I just made that up, but chances are high that people will think, the audience will think, why is he saying that? What else is he going to say? And now they're going to lean in because they want to listen more. A third way to do it could be perhaps to tell a story. Start with a story. You go on the stage and don't say anything, just start with a story. It could be in the middle of the story. For instance, I was sitting across John when he said, "You are fired." Now that's in the middle of the story, right? And people are already listening because this is how you get their attention. A story is one way. So my second point, as I said, is to start with a bang. It could be a question, it could be a shocking statement, and it could be a story. Secret number 3 is to memorize your introduction. Now you need an outline to know exactly what you are going to say. I'm not a fan of writing every word or memorizing everything. This is not what I'm saying. But you need to memorize at least your introduction, because that is a very important part and section of the speech. You don't want to lose the audience. You don't want to compete with their phones or their neighbor or the weather. You want them to listen to you. You want them hooked. And the way to do it is to know your introduction. And then I would say to have a clear outline. You know your introduction, you know your main points, and you also have memorized your ending. Because your ending should be powerful, you summarize everything, and you also introduce call to action. So my friend, I've talked about 3 secrets how you can take your presentation to the next level. Number 1 is to pause before you speak. Number 2 is to start with a bang. And number 3 is to memorize your introduction. If you find this video helpful, consider subscribing and press like. I'll see you in the next video.